Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Bricriu, the one with the paws, and welcome to Final Fantasy III. Of the pixel games for Final Fantasy 1 through 6, I would say 3 is my favorite. Not a popular pick, but it is my pick regardless. I first played this game doing the 3D remake back on the DS, which I believe is now finally on GOG, so I would recommend checking that out. I generally recommend the 3D remake version for 3 to new people who've never played it before, just because of a few differences they've made. But if you want the more quote-unquote authentic experience, the Pixel Remaster does an excellent job and keeps a few things the 3D remake takes out, but again, the 3D remake is fine. So we are just gonna go ahead and jump into a new game. I always drool over what to name my characters. What? There. So I did that before coming here. First, obviously, we're gonna have to get me in there, Bricriu. For my warrior, I wanted like a standard English-sounding name, but something edgy. So, for example, not like Hector or John. Silver is what I ended up deciding on. Or next, I wanted like a good hands-on character, something that was like down-to-earth, very laid-back, something that sounds earthy, but still like cute. So we went for Bailey on that. For the last character, I wanted like a cute Japanese name for the healer. This one I struggled for a while on. I thought of Maki or Aku, Sasha maybe, Yuki even, but I ended up deciding upon Misha. This will be our party. Let us go. So, Final Fantasy III is pretty simple. Oh, right. Into the silence of the Gulgans, one of the Gulgans prophesied the great earthquake was only the beginning. The tremors tore the land asunder. The crystal source of the wind light were swallowed into the depths of the monster. Yet, that was nothing compared to the catastrophe to come. Something fathomless, ominous, and laden with sorrow looms on the horizon. But hope is not gone yet completely. 4 souls will be blessed with the power of light, and so it shall begin. I'm not moving these along, by the way, it's all automatic. 4 orphan youths, raised by their Topapa in the rural village of Ul, were out to test their mettle. They came across a cave, one of the very same that formed the crystals were lost to the earth. What started as a simple game of exploration became so much more. Wow. Ouch! Looks like we fell through a sinkhole. Now what do we do? Are you sure this is a good idea? Maybe we could climb out. You wanted to go exploring. Don't be such a scaredy cat. Hey, quit squabbling, you two. We need to find a way out of here. So, as you noticed, none of those characters had dialogue, or who was speaking when. That's just how the game goes. And thus beginning our first round of combat. There's not a whole lot you can do. We can defend, we can change our row, we can flee, use items that we have none of, or attack. We are going to use the auto battle, because attacking is literally all we can really do. Yay! We did it. But what were those monsters doing? We're in way over our heads. Let's get out as fast as possible. Am I recording? Oh, right. So, the buttons, very simple. You can change who the character you see on the main map is with L1 and R1. You can turn the mini-map on and off. What I like about the Pixel Remasters is that there's a button specifically assigned to walking and running. And, of course, as with a lot of the more modern ports of Final Fantasy, we can turn encounters off if we so wish. One thing I really like about the Pixel Remasters is the boost. You can also turn encounters on and off here, but more importantly, you can change the amount of XP you receive. You can even change it to 0 or half. Like, this is fun for some, like, challenge runs if you don't grind, because obviously if you grind, then it takes all the fun out of it. But I find is really useful for the job level boost. Final Fantasy III is the first game to introduce jobs into the series. We will go over those in just a little bit, actually. You can also change the background music to the arrangement version, which is the remake version, or keep it on the original. I like to keep it on the original. Font style. You can have it be modernized if you want. This is what it will look like. But I like to keep it on the classic. You can also choose to have the graphics as classic or not. This is what it looks like in classic. I don't dislike it, but I usually keep this on standard. Anyhow, let us move forward in this dungeon. There's not a lot we can do. In the Pixel Remasters, you have a in-game map. I find this so very nice. It's beautiful, it's lovely. If you go into Swish Maps, you can even see how many chests you have opened and how many chests in total are in any dungeon or town. The items you see down there in the bottom left is 0 out of 0. Final Fantasy III has hidden items, and those are represented by the items out of whatever down there. I find that incredibly useful because you never really know if you're missing a hidden item or not. For the achievement hunters out there, yes, there is an achievement for getting all the chests and all the items throughout the game. There are some that are missable, but if I remember which ones those are, I'll say something. Anywho. A leather shield. Shields are whatever. They increase your defense and magic defense. I personally rarely ever use them. I'm just equipping it now because why not? I tend to... huh? What is it? There's something strange about that rock, now that you mention it. Final Fantasy III has hidden switches that open parts of the dungeon. I find this a very nice little... I really like this first dungeon. It's basic, but it gets its job done very well. Die, die, die! Yay. Arctic Wind is a throwable item and will be useful later. I always thought it was funny that those guys are called carbuncles, because a carbuncle is a summon you end up getting throughout the series. Final Fantasy VI, I believe, was the first appearance of Carbuncle as a summon, and it looks nothing like that. It looks nothing like that amalgamation? I don't know. Anywho, ambushed! No! When you are ambushed, the enemy goes first, as you just saw. Pretty self-explanatory. Not a whole lot we can cover. Level up.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Very standard. Yes, it is a spring. Yeah, but why is it such an odd color? I don't know. Let's take a sip. I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, we do it anyway. Now I feel revitalized. HP and MP restored. Hail allies revived. Antarctic wind. So yeah, much like many of the first dungeons in a Final Fantasy game, this is an infinite source to replenish your health and MP. There's really no real reason to grind here though. Yet. More on that in a moment though. Yeah. So, job level, as you see down there. The way job level increases depends on how many actions you have taken in a battle. There is a cap on how much you can get per battle. I believe it is 4 actions. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I believe it is 4 actions in a battle. So the general strategy is to have everybody defend for 4 turns, and then you start attacking. And you would do that in this dungeon. It does not matter how strong or weak the enemy is. Job level increases the same rate no matter what. The higher your job level, the better you would be performing at said job. Everyone at the start of the game is an Onion Knight, both the worst and best class in the game. For those of you who know Final Fantasy III, you already know what I'm about to say. Onion Knight has the best stats in the end game. However, you have to get up to level 90 before you start seeing any progress in that whatsoever. That is why using the boost extra job XP is so important if you want to do that. We're not going to be doing that. This is just going to be a standard casual run. Nothing too fancy. I'm going to be playing it just how I want to. We're not going to be optimizing any speedruns, tricks. We're not going to be... Well, what is going on? A malicious force attacks the party. I do like speedrunning this game, but... I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a video for that. Alright. Sorry. We did it! We beat up a turtle! I'm so proud of us. Alright. Hello, Crystal. The crystal shines brightly. You 4 have been chosen. Ooh. Whoa, the crystal is talking. I give unto you the last of my light, and with it, the last hope of a fading world. As things stand, light will soon disappear, and the balance of the world will be destroyed. Accept the light into your hearts, and the crystal will grant you unimaginable strength. You have been chosen to be the bearers of our final chance at hope. You cannot allow light to fade from the world. The party is enveloped in a bright light. Yay! We did it! Within the light, the will of the crystal surged through them. They decided to accept their destiny. And so began a journey to dispel the darkness and return light to the world. The young heroes received the crystal's power. Yay, we're glowing! And with it, the world's last light of hope. Warrior, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage jobs now unavailable. If you are playing the 3D remake, you also get Thief. That is one of the reasons I do suggest doing the 3D version first if you've never played Final Fantasy III before and are interested in doing so. You don't get Thief until later. I always thought it was weird that they did that in the Pixel version, and since the remaster is as authentic as it can be to the original, they kept that in. Step upon the magic sigil to be transported to the surface. Embrace your destiny, warriors of light! Yay. Alright, but first we are going to be changing up our jobs. As you can see in the bottom there, it shows us our job level and what equipment that specific job can use. Alright, so Warrior, Warrior does exactly what you think. They are going to be your physical damage dealers, and they have pretty good defense. Monk also has really good physical defense, and they're really, really good. The speedrunning strategy would be to change everybody into monks right away. White Mage, just your standard healer. Black Mage, just your standard magic user, offensive magic. And then Red Mage, the jack of all trades, starts really good and then falls off very quickly. Bricriu, myself, shall be a red mage. Optimal. Yeah, whatever. Next, Silver is gonna be the warrior for us. Optimal. Yeah, I did think so. Bailey is gonna be a monk. Optimal. Monks do well without weapons, but I find Final Fantasy III usually equipping weapons on the monk anyways is a good idea. And then White Mage for Misha. Optimal. Alright, so as you can see, our MP is not later Final Fantasy uses, where you have like a set number of points and then you cast a spell that costs 24 points, takes out 24 from your total, blah blah blah. Final Fantasy III does a Dungeons and Dragons approach. You gain more slots for each level of spells. For example, oh, I can't even. Okay, whatever. I'll show that better in just a moment once we get to a town. And right there. Perfect. So we're gonna just jump in the magic store first and foremost. Poisona. Removes poison. Just one, please. Alright. So as you can see, once we get some rest, I will be able to use any level 1 spell that I have learned 5 times. As I gain more levels, I'll be able to start using it more than 5 times. I'll gain access to level 2, level 3, etc, etc. White mages can go up to level 7, black mages can go up to level 7. White mages only learn white magic, black mages only learn black magic. What I really like in this system is that I can exchange my spell and just swap it on over here. As you can see, the red mage has less spell slots than the white mage and black mage. Their advantage, however, is they can use weapons, armor, and both black and white magic. However, they can only learn up to level 5. This is one of the many reasons they fall off very quickly. I don't usually use a black mage personally, until later. I always just go for a red mage because I end up replacing the magic damage dealer with somebody much better in my opinion. You can also adjust formation. I do not know if it keeps it how the other Final Fantasies work, where whoever's in the first slot is most likely to be attacked, and then in descending order, leaving Misha here to be the least likely to be attacked. But just in case, I put my warrior up front anyways. Front and back row functions exactly how it does in pretty much every Final Fantasy title. Front row you deal more damage, but have less defense. Back row, your physical attacks deal less damage, but you have more defense. Very standard stuff. In the armor store, as you can see down there, it will show you who can equip what. They just do a funny little dance if they can equip it. See? Just like that. Yeah. We're not going to be buying anything quite yet, though. First, what we want to do... is this it? No. I think I do that every time. I always start with the right one. There we go. So now we have magic. Woo! Hey, baby. It's Topapa, the elder who raised the 4 orphans. Topapa, we... I know, to think that you 4 would be chosen by the light. How do you know that? Bricriu, Silver, Bailey, and Misha. You must understand that such a meeting was not mere chance. Oh, of course not. The crystal willed you to do it. Such is its power. Now, we don't have free will, we're just puppets of the crystals. Whatever. Your souls have been touched by light. You cannot let the strength you've been granted go to waste. You must depart at once and seal away the powers of darkness. Thanks. Bye. Alright. So, like I said before, you can check how many items and chests are in a town as well as a dungeon. You can also see what stores are available. Alright. I don't remember exactly where everything is, but I do like going through and finding everything. If you notice, on the map, it doesn't look like there's a way to get to that well. Final Fantasy III has secret passages. Some are more obvious than others. You can see the clearing in the trees here. While you are in a passage, you can see... kind of make it out on the map once you walk into it. There'll be a better example of it later. Go back to walking. I want to say... Girl! Spot something back here? No? There we go. There it is. Ocean. That is one of the ways you can determine if there's a hidden item, because you cannot pass through it until you pick it up. But also, the exclamation mark will make that pretty obvious, so, I mean... Alright, so. Let's go check out the inn. I want to say there was a chest in here, or a hidden item at least, yes? Piano! This is something I miss from older RPGs. Playing the piano. How do you like my routine? Yeah, applause. I don't know why, I just always liked it, being able to play the pianos in these very, very old school RPGs. I believe Final Fantasy V does the piano the best, though. They do a whole side quest about it. If you talk to one of the NPCs back there, by the way, they'll tell you about... There'll be goblins here. guarding this mysterious house in the back. What could be inside? Stuff. Ow, ow, ow! Well, why would you touch it then? Ow, ow, ow! God, you're so weird. He just tells you to pull the lever. Alright, so now in the upper right, you will notice when you enter the hidden passage, it lights up. Very, very nice. What I really like, though, and greatly appreciate, is if there are multiple hidden passages on a screen, the map will also show those as long as you are inside one of the hidden passages. It makes things way less frustrating. Because it can be very frustrating trying to find anything in this game sometimes. Well, all of them. One more hidden item somewhere. What am I missing? Ah, here it is. Potion. Anywho. So as you can see, we got all the chests and the items. Very, very simple. It will get much more complicated later down the line. More importantly, we picked up a cure. You'll want to throw that onto your white mage if you chose to have one immediately. So as you can see, we can dual wield. I pretty much always will do that. I never found any reason not to do that. Generally, you want to explore the whole town before buying anything, because you will often find equipment that you could have got for free. In fact, this is probably just a waste of time right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You can equip things right away from the equipment screen, as you can see. No, don't talk again. Open in here. Grab some armor. Why not? Alright. And with that, we are gonna head out. Final Fantasy III doesn't do a whole lot of... I don't know how to explain it. There's not a whole lot you can explore right away, so it's generally very obvious you have to go explore until you find what you're supposed to do. Yay! Level up! Now here we have another town. Hello, sir. Eek! Can I help you, sir? Oh, sorry. I thought you might be ghosts, too. While traveling from the west, I came upon this accursed town. I'd stay away from the inn if I were you. It's full of ghostesses. Okay. Oh, eek! Dude, I didn't even move. Alright. It's a campfire. Thanks. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, I always forget where the hidden path is here, but I just found it right away. Real quick, how much is here? 5 hidden items. Ugh. Found a staff. Cool. Mithril helm. Zeus's wrath. That's it? Really? Alright. I'll put that helmet in a minute. So this is just another healing fountain. You're gonna find a lot of these at the start of the game. That is for KO'd allies, as you may have seen. Unfortunately, we cannot do anything in this town, because the Dijin's curse turned all the villagers into this. That doesn't seem so bad. So yeah. Looks like we'll have to free them of this curse if we want to buy anything. In here, I don't recommend going into. There are some high-level enemies, and as you can see, there's nothing we really can do quite yet. It looks like a dead end. That is for a little bit later in the game. There. Ow, ow, ow! Well, stop touching the fire, Bricriu! It feels weird talking to me in the third person. Oh. So then... Ah! Alright, and that's all the items. Only a mithril ring made here in Kazu can contain Dijin's power. That is why Dijin cursed the town. Alright, so the only real important one here you need to talk to is this guy right here. Sid's the name. And as we all know, because his name is Sid, he has some connection to airships. That is the Final Fantasy rule. I'm from Canaan. I'm from the Boulder and Nell Valley. Wow, I'm misreading everything. But a boulder in Nell Valley is blocking my way home. Now I'm stuck here. Figured I'd spend the night at the inn, and this happened. What's my wife gonna say? Say, you wanna take the airship for a spin? It's packed under the desert to the west of town. How is it parked there? In return, think you can do something about your predicament? You learn to find Sid's airship in the west desert. Yay! Oh, goddammit. Alright. So you need to talk to Sid because you do need the airship. This is the earliest you can ever get an airship in Final Fantasy, to my understanding. This is also the only time you will see the interior of Sid's airship, and thankfully there are no chests or items in it. Yay! Now unfortunately, somehow these mountains are too high, so we can't pass over them. And we need to destroy this boulder somehow to pass through that. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot here. This is it. This is our entire world for the people of Ua over there. So we're just gonna disembark here at the castle. We're also gonna throw down a save. Alright, and into the castle we go. I believe it's on the left, this tower. I should also... Here we have, I believe... It looks right. Yeah, I think it's this one. It is a little mini dungeon. It can be dangerous. But it's not too bad. No! Just attack. You use a cure on him. Unfortunately, there's no real way to know when anyone's going to take their turn in battle. Ah, good. Whew, okay. Oh, okay. Yay! Level up. Let's just use potions now. There we go. So, some chests will contain monsters. In this case, a little mini boss. Attack, attack, attack. You can use AoEs. However, they will heal slightly weaker. And like I said, because you never really know when you'll move, it's hard to justify throwing down a cure. This boss can one-shot you, he does not have an AoE, so using a mass heal will not be able to save you. So we're just gonna have you defend. Fire! Okay. Attack. So as long as he does not attack Bailey again, we should be fine. Okay. There we go. Should be enough here. Yes, okay. Yay, more job levels. And you still get the reward from within the chest, thankfully. The White Slayer. This is a weapon for the Red Mage, and it is really good and worth picking up. Oh, wait, I should also... Yeah, just in case. Alright. Oh. Attack. As you can see, the battle command still stays the same, so if I hit auto again, I would still cast Cure on the same target. So we're not gonna do that. Alright. This should be fine. Now that we have the White Slayer, we're dealing some excellent damage with our Red Mage. It's another reason I always grab the Red Mage first, instead of the Black Mage. Because I'm not gonna not have a Warrior. And the Warrior can't use the White Slayer, so... Excellent. And there are 10 more chests to go! Don't do that. In the other tower over here... there will not be random encounters. Even though it looks completely identical, until we get up here. Stand. Oh. Wooden arrow. Would you like to rest? Yes. All 4 of us. Let's take a nap in the princess's bed. Yeah. The party is well rested. Hooray. Ah, it's the little things. Alright, back here... there is nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it's there if you want to explore it. Let's go in here. Oh no! Ghosts! Alright. Mighty suspicious. Mighty suspicious indeed. Aha! So if you look on the right, you will see what I was talking about, where being in the hidden passage, you will see all the hidden passages. Because this is not connected to this, yet it still shows it anyways. I appreciate that. I've never been a fan of the hidden passage system in Final Fantasy games. I always found them annoying, especially when it is required for the plot, instead of just being... what's the word? Optional. Like, if it was just these chests here, I'd say, yeah, cool. That's great. Nice little hidden reward. But hidden passages are going to become requirements in order to progress the game. Alright, and as you saw, we actually just picked up another spell there. We'll get to that in just a moment. Alright, magic. Learn Blizzard. Hooray! A tonfa. Boom. Yeah. Alright, let's head on down here. How do I get back here? Oh. Haha. Huh? Oh, right. I know what I'm doing. Let's see what's up here. The audience chamber. Hey, baby! I am King Sazun, but as you can see, the Djin's curse has reduced me to this ghostly form. Only by defeating the Djin can this foul curse be lifted. Where is he? He dwells sealed in the cave of the north of the castle, but with the mithril ring you will be powerless to seal him away. We heard that Her Highness Princess Sarah has one. Oh, how could I have forgotten? The people of Kazus once presented Sarah with a mithril ring, but I fear Sarah is nowhere to be found. Could she have been abducted by him? Oh, poor, poor Sarah. Nod. We can check the sealed cavern? Oh, such stalwart warriors! When you reach the sealed cavern, you should know there is a secret door. The skeleton is the key. Please, you must have... Oh my god, there we go. Go! Away! Down! Yeah. Just making sure I got all the cheese. On my way. Wait, why are you a ghost? I was only spared because I was on a mission at the time. Oh. Alright. Weird. And suspicious. Anywho, so this is why we need the airship. We cannot cross water. We don't know how to swim. Drop another save real quick. So, again, the enemies are Oh! I actually forgot something. I am being a silly. We want to actually... Okay. We actually want to come back here. Because... there are goodies to be had. Oh. Come on. Come on. Lots of them. So, sleep is a spell. I don't think I've ever used it. Status ailments in Final Fantasy 3 aren't really the greatest on enemies. Damn. Silver straw level up. Yay! Alright, yeah, that's all the chest here now. Okay, now we will go to the cave. Alright. So the enemies here can pose a problem, but we will be just fine. Ooh. Especially because we have the Wit Slayer, which is good against the undead. There will be quite a few undead enemies. Another thing, if you notice, is chests are very clear, as plain as day. So I really like this map system. Ooh, okay. We should be good. Okay. For a moment I thought that was gonna petrify. I just panicked. Yay! So, not a lot to comment on, sadly, for the moment. Got some more magic. Good. And down we go. Oh, shoot. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's do a massacre. Yeah, as you see, not a whole lot. But it did heal more than the damage he puts out. I don't recommend using all of your cures, because you're gonna want them for the boss, but we're pretty good on magic right now, so... Oh, right, as I was saying, I really like the red mage design a lot. I think it's the hat. I've always loved sun hats. Or wide brim hats, whatever you want to call them. Hey, baby. I am Sarah, Princess of Sazun. So, weird thing to do. How do you know we're not here to kill you? We're just total strangers who just walked in from you, standing there, menacingly. Your Highness, what are you doing here? I am here to save my subjects, but I fear I cannot pass through the monsters. Thankfully, how did you get this far? And why did the door lock behind you? Oh, is it gonna lock behind us? Uh-oh. Anyway, nevertheless, these caves are dangerous. Your Highness, you should return to the castle. I will not. I'll forge ahead alone if I have to. No, Princess!
Princess!
Your Highness, won't you reconsider? Please, take me with you. You cannot seal away the Jejun without my mithril ring. Ah, then I suppose we must. Sarah joined the party, except not really. In the 3D remake versions, Sarah will act as a guest character and will randomly attack or heal the party. Well, not attack the party. She'll attack the enemies, but she'll heal the party. This applies to all the guest characters who come into your party. Oh, that's right, if you wish to talk to me, press L2. Don't hesitate to ask me anything. This is really all you can do with the guest characters in the Pixel versions. I'm Sarah, and you are? I'm Bricriu. A pleasure. I can only go so far alone before I reach my limit. It is most fortunate that you came along. I am in your debt. I must use the ring to seal away the Jejun's power and save my people. Please escort me, blah blah blah. He controls fire. Perhaps attacking with ice would help douse his flames. Ooh. Oh, can only form release my limit. Blah 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 blah. I must use the ring to seal away. Okay, then she starts slooping. Anywho, now is also another time to mention another difference in the 3D versions. Just not much, but the 4 characters have some background, not a whole lot. They all also have names that you can change. I bring this up because one of the 4 is a knight from the castle. He would actually have been the knight that was spared from the curse. We talked to him just outside the gate. So, yeah. It's not much, but you know, it's something. Because I would imagine modern gamers today take an issue with not really having a background to these characters. And I'm like, just use your imagination, fill in the blank. What's the problem? But that's just me. Alright, should be 2 chests left, and I see them. Yes, okay. Back attack. So, as you can see, in a back attack, our formation is changed. It's really nothing to worry about, though. Because we are actually at a decent level. If you're too low of a level, these guys will often one-shot you. But we're doing pretty good. Pretty good. There we are. Let's just drop another cure. Want to save like 3 or 4 for the boss. Antarctic Wind. Poison. That does exactly what you think it does. It can be deadly. So it's a good thing we have Poisena. It's another reason you don't want to completely use up all of your MP. Yay! As you can see, poison is not removed at the end of the battle, and in fact, taking a step will deal damage to you. So you absolutely want... arrange that. To get rid of it, using antidotes or Poisena. I prefer using the antidotes because magic slots are important. Cure everybody. Everybody again. That'll be good. Saving 3 for the boss. Hopefully. Target. Confusion. Does exactly what you think, and it is removed through taking physical damage, as you just saw. Confusion will make you attack random party members randomly. Blah blah blah. My drops. Alright. Quick save is useful. You can only have 1 quick save slot at a time. They are mostly used in dungeons. I mostly use them right before a boss. How am I on? Let's make sure everyone's topped off. Alright, so before we go into the fight, Antarctic Wind deals ice damage. That is going to be very useful for this boss. An interesting thing... Oh wait, was it Final Fantasy 3? Yeah, I believe it's Final Fantasy 3, but items... I'll cut this if it's not. Items that deal magic damage are reflective of your magic stat. So, our white mage is actually going to be utilizing these while there's not time to heal. Stand back, I will use my ring to banish him. Brrr! Nothing happened. Wahaha! You think your silly trinket will stop me now? I've joined forces with the darkness, and together we're unstoppable! Oh no! Oh, I guess it's time to beat him up. So, this is why having Blizzard is good. And we will be using this Antarctic Wind. Fire. As you can see, he deals a pretty hefty amount of damage. And we are going to deal more damage. I'm going to actually have you do that. Okay. Fire, different target, good. Excellent. Not too hard of a boss if you have a few levels under your belt. He can be a pain if you are not leveled properly. Yay, we did it! Now, Sarah, while the Dijun is weakened, use your ring! Sarah raised her ring high. And... glowing. Alright, he's gone. We did it. We saved the day. He disappeared like mist. The ring's power sealed in him deep. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much. I would never have been able to seal away him without your help. All that remains is to cast the ring into the wellspring of the castle. Blah, 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 blah. Castle. Hey, we know this room. Princess Sarah threw the ring into the wellspring. See? That's her doing it. We did it. There, now the curse should be broken. We wouldn't be here without you all. Thank you. I suppose we must part ways. I have a duty to my father. Would that I could travel with you, but I'd only be in your way. Sarah. Come back when you finish your journey. I'll be waiting for you for as long as it takes. We swear to return. Sarah left the party. Oh no. Hey, baby. Thank you, brave warriors. You have sealed away the Dijun and saved my precious Sarah. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Take this. I trust will aid you on your quest. Received a canoe from the king. That's it? That's my reward? For lifting the curse of your entire kingdom? A canoe? That's not what I wanted. So, as you can see, we did not heal. So we're gonna jump back into Sarah's bed real quick. Not even gonna speak to her, we're just gonna do it. Ah, Bailey! What are you doing? You're standing on top of the princess! That is some power move right there. Okay. Let's just say, I can't get out. I have to stay here with my father. When I travel with you, I would. Your Highness, come back. I'll be waiting for you. Alright. You have anything fun to say? Princess Sarah's been asking after you every chance. Oh, it's been like 5 minutes! Oh my god, she is clingy. Wow. Anyway. Right, so this actually will be a pretty good stopping point, I suppose. Alright, so yep, that is the first episode of Final Fantasy III. Oh, yeah, as you can see, that's our canoe. It's very nice. We can also use items in it. Very nice. So, yeah. I guess I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. I'm looking forward to playing this for those new to the series and familiar. Anywho, keep those toes a-wiggling, keep your flip-flops clean, brush your milk, don't do vegetables, and eat your school. Alright everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye.